Hey up Woodlanders, welcome to my week in 20 minutes. This here no mow May don't seem to be working out very well. I don't reckon that's grown very good. Despite all the wet we've had, it's not exactly what you call a wild flower meadow, is it? Might even leave it a bit into June yet. No mow June hasn't quite got the same ring to it. Anyway, good morning to you. Ignore the noise in the background. It's the developers at the bottom end building houses against my better judgment, but that's what they're doing. I hate it. A lady wanted some panels for her Gardener's Live project, and she wanted some rustic panels to go around the back of this garden she's doing. We've come up with a design together. Well, I mentioned that a couple of weeks ago, and this is all my hazel poles. These were all destined for hedge lane stakes, but they've been upgraded to a higher purpose. Not that hedge laying is a low grade job. I mean, if I was a hedge lane stake, I'd be happy to be plonked in the hedge and left there for a few years, support the hedge. However, they're going to get much more attention, should we put it that way, at the Gardeners Live show at the NEC, which I think is early to mid-June, maybe, in the next couple of weeks anyway. First job is to sort out the thickest and the straightest. So I've just been bodging about with some sizes. I was going to have 4 rails up. I decided to go for 5 because it looks better and we can see from that angle. And then, because these have got to be sunk in the ground, what I thought is the end post will be one that's got a point on it. They'll put that in the ground and then fix the panel to that post. The other thought I had, just because that's the top rail there, is whether to just chamfer the tops of these with a draw knife. Something like that. Good morning. I had to dash off yesterday. A very interesting evening. I'll fill you in a little bit more on that later on. We're back on these hazel trellis style lattice panels again today. I've done 2. We've got another 5 to make. I'm hoping to crack on and get that sorted today. I don't know where you can see from there, but you might not have noticed yet, but the pins are out. There may not be a footballer's leg, but they're mine and they're paid for. So that's the 6 bigger ones done. These are at 1.6 meters long, and then what will happen is these posts here, which are those there, will get a point on. These will get driven into the ground, and then that will form the end post then, like that. So it finishes it off. It should look smart then. I mean, I wasn't sure about the design at first, but now I've seen it, I think they'll look alright. So I've got to nip up the woods and get the rest of the posts for that. And then I've got nipped to Heartwood HQ, which is over near Staunton Eld, and pick up some barbecue charcoal, because they make charcoal as well, and we buy it off them wholesale and try and sell it out retail if we can.
Heartwood HQ first, then up to our woodland, drop the charcoal off, then grab the stakes. I've got to cut some pea sticks and then come home.
Let's do it. Say again? Oh, God. Quick cup of tea and a natter with Kev. And I've got my charcoal all loaded up in the trailer. So now it's off to our woodland. Anyway, that was a nice little catch up with Kev.
All sorts of things going on in the Heartwood team. Loads of stuff happening in the National Forest.
If Heartwood aren't into it, it's not worth being into. It's an absolutely stunning day again today. Love it. You seen how white that is? I mean, that's not just white. That's Daz white. It's gone all still, almost pre-storm weather. I reckon we're in for a bit of a shower. Better get this unloaded pretty quick. And on to the next job. I've got to get these rods ready. Oh, hang on, watch your head. I've got to get these rods ready. That's these ones here. Just give them a quick dressing. I can take them home. I can use them on that last panel then. I was talking to Kev earlier and he says, have a look on Facebook, there's a new post. I think it's Michael, and I think it's the National Coppice Federation page. And he was saying, is anybody else struggling to sell their bean poles? And it seems that, I wouldn't say all of them, but quite a lot are saying that they've really struggled to sell bean poles this year. And so I'm glad in a way I'm not the only one. I don't know honestly what the answer is for that. I thought maybe it was down to a website, Coppice-products, and it's been brilliant for us. And I thought the search engine wasn't coming up. But if you type in, try it now, try Googling something like hazel bean poles, or pea stick, or charcoal, and have a look to see where Coppice-products comes up in the listings down below, and let me know what happens for you, because for me it comes up within the top 3 listings, and I think that's pretty good. If that's still working the way it should do, then that means people aren't actually searching for hazel Coppice products. Michael, the original poster, he said if it's going to be like that next year, he's considering not even cutting for bean poles, because as I said last week, most of the work is actually in the cutting and the getting them home. Have you ever had it where you think there's just something not quite right? You can't put your finger on it, like there's something different. I was up the gate and I thought somehow something looks trampled. And I thought, hey, it'd be badgers digging. And then I went up to go and get the bean poles, and I'm like, oh, the grass has been trampled, which can only mean the bottom fence line has been compromised again. Horse from next door has bludgeoned its way through the fence again. I'm not even sure if it's still in here, because I'm sure I can hear something crunching about. Plus, on the negative side, I've got bare legs today, and if I don't get by ticks, I should be getting stung up to high heaven with the nettles. And actually at the moment I can't even see where it's got in. The other thing it could have been is the donkeys. Well, it's still a mystery so far. Doesn't appear to be the horses at the bottom end, which is good news. I perhaps shouldn't have jumped to conclusions on that. Ouch, my legs have been annihilated with the stinging nettles, and my only option next is to give the landowner a ring, see whether she's noticed anything. That is really quite strange. Quick update. So after what seems to be an awful lot of phone calls, we had a cow escape, because there's a chance it still might be in here. If you see anything before me that's big and brown, you'll know. And if I don't get to put this wood log live, you know I've been trampled to death. And it didn't end well. Dark sections and I can smell it. We've got lots of footprints, loads of muck, and I swear I've just heard it running. I still think it's in here. I feel like one of them mystery trackers. Hey Maggie, still up there, yeah, okay then. Oh, what an adventure. So the cow is still at large and has spent quite a bit of time in there. Oh, do you hear that? Shh. Up here somewhere. There, look. Just straight where my finger is. Now then, I won't move. And I'll try my best to zoom in, but centre stage, right about there somewhere, is a brown cow staring straight at me. There. Anyway, you all know what a cow looks like. Is anybody any good with cows? We have an escaped cow in the woodland. Help. So the final chapter of our escaped cow is we've located the farmer and he's coming to collect her. So all being well, I'll see you in the morning. I've got nothing done this afternoon. It's been a bit of a disaster, but not to worry. So tomorrow's plan is to finally get these hurdle trellis lattice things finished. Now I've got some timbers. No one's been injured apart from my legs. On the day of all days to come out with bare legs, and I end up clambering through every bit of weed and briar imaginable, all for a cow who will not thank me in the morning. Can't be Daisy the dangerous cow, can it? What could we call her? Oh, that's a good one. Edith the escapee. Excellent, we'll go for that. That might even be a thumbnail. Good morning all. You'll be pleased to know that Edith the escapee has successfully been sorted out. Farmer's happy, everyone's all sorted. Not really destroyed my trees, which is what I was concerned about, just trampled a few things. My first job on this morning is to finally cut those pea sticks. If you don't know what a pea stick is, I'll show you. Right, I've got 16, I'm going to find another 4. What you're after is a fan shape, like that. So that side it's sort of in a line, like that. This side it's more of a fan shape. Nibble off some of the bottom bits, pop yourself a bit of a point on, and sometimes you just nip off the super floppy bits, which has been made worse because it's covered in leaves. Like that. Anyway, with yesterday's animal drama, I just wanted to show you this that I've stumbled on completely by accident. If it's not foxes last week, cows yesterday. Today, and I hope you don't mind, look away now if you don't want to see the realities of life, is we have sort of an oh dear, really. I've no idea, no idea, poor thing, it's covered in flies, look. I don't really know what it is. It could be a muntjac. I honestly don't know. It looks a bit almost roe deer, but if you're a deer expert, let me know what you think. I'll try and get a good close-up image. Please look away. Whatever it is, I'm thinking it's muntjac because that's what we've got the most of up here. We're not plagued by muntjac, but they do cause me a nuisance. And while I always need to monitor the muntjac situation, I'm not best pleased when I see death on my doorstep. But in all honesty, that's either been knocked about by the cow, which is a possibility, or the foxes have had it. It is a shame. It sort of brings the realities of the real world out there to your living room and your mobile device. My mission is complete. So this week has been a real adventure, and Ellie Ray and I just wanted to introduce you to someone who you haven't seen yet and has only been at Ayupwoodlanders Towers for 4 days, is it?
Yeah, good girl.
This is Bella, the cockapoo, and it's Ellie Ray's new dog. Bella's previous owners had allergies to her, which was a real shame, and so they had to give her up. So we've been looking for a dog, unbeknownst to you guys, for about 3 months, and it was a big surprise for you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we've finally gone and done it. We are not experienced dog owners, so there's one thing I did want to ask you, is if there is one piece of advice you would give us as new dog owners, what would it be? Whatever you can think.
Could be anything.
Just
anything.
Fire away in the comments. And she is a barrel of fun, isn't she, really?
She is. She's get excited, but she also calms down right easily. So
stay tuned. More.
Bella able to.
Do you know?
What?
Do you know, right?
Yeah.
This is interesting. Do you know what Bella spells if you do an anagram? Oh, this is epic. So Bella, right? A.
Yeah.
B.
Yeah.
E. L. L. That is insane. Can you believe that, right? We didn't name Bella. Bella was already named. But Bella, if you switch the name round, is able. Now that's insane. Did you know that? That is crazy. Anyway, we wanted to say, stay tuned for lots more Bella's bountiful beauty bonkers something or other. Bella in all her beauty. I just need you to hold me for a minute.
What is
her name is Bella.
Bella, hi Bella.
Got to
Daddy, you got a dog.
no, you got a dog.
What?
Hello.
Hi baby, this way. Come go, Bella.
Take a lead off then.
Who's that? Who's that? Good girl.